How's it hanging, YouTube? Peter here, your ginger Geordie geek. Welcome back to the channel where we're going to talk all things action figures and toys. And as ever, I'm joined by some of my best pals on YouTube. We've got Luke from Hydra Collectibles. How are you, Luke?
I'm very good, thank you, Peter. I'm here to ruffle some feathers this week.
Oh, it doesn't sound like you, Luke.
I'm going to upset some people with my opinions again.
That doesn't sound like you at all, mate. That doesn't sound like you at all. Speaking of upsetting people, Simon, how are you?
Hello.
Are you well?
Yeah, I'm well. Yeah.
Hi, Simon. Are you still what?
Simon, what? On the camera. Can you see that? Oh, those lines.
Yeah. It's the lighting in the room.
The lines,
oh,
Simon.
Yeah.
That's a wall, Simon. What lines?
There we go. I don't know.
Is that better, Simon? You
Yeah.
happy? You ready to
I don't
go?
know. Yeah, I'm ready to go.
Okay, let's move on. Sorrel, how are you, Sorrel?
I'm good, man. How are you?
I'm not bad at all, bud. Not bad at all. Okay, let's quickly see who we've got in the chat, and then we'll make a start because we've got lots to get through tonight. We've got James T of the Keegan. He can't be here tonight. He's at work. Not to worry. Not to worry. James, don't fuck up my segment, please, Simon. I haven't asked Simon to do your segment, James, because you threw such a strop the last time with your little lip a quivering. So we decided not to ask him to do it. We've got Jack here. Nice to see you, Jack. I hope you are well, bud. Nice to see you. Jack, let me know, are you coming to Thought Bubble this year? If you are, we'll have to give you a shout and say hello, mate. We've got Andy. Nice to see you, Andy. Always good to see you. And we've got Deadman's Comic Cover Show. Please do check out his new YouTube channel. He's just Simon, I swear to God, if you keep touching that camera, I'm going to come down there and slap your hands. All right. We've got Deadman's Comic Cover Show. Please do keep checking out his content because he's doing some amazing content at the moment. Particularly if you like old Superman books, because there's some stunning covers there. Absolutely stunning covers. Deadman, let one know in the chat. Did anybody work out? Because he's a little tinker. He put some kind of quiz type questions in his last video and it stumped me. I couldn't get it. Let one know if anybody got it at the end, bud. We've got the one, the only Fuzzy of the Dunlop. He's here to keep honest. Because Simon loves a weird angle. He certainly does. I've heard that. We've got Rogue One. Always nice to see you, fella. Hope you are doing well, bud. And Jack is saying, I don't know if I'll be at Thought Bubble this year as a Disney trip. Oh, mate, that'll be phenomenal. Oh, you'll have to let one know. Send us some pictures when you go there, bud. I think you'll absolutely love it. Okay, chaps, let's crack straight on because we've got lots to get through tonight. Lots of news. Simon, we're going to start off with you. Can I just say, Simon, before we start on your slides, I've watched this dog shit show, the Acolyte thing or whatever.
The Acolyte, yeah.
Yeah, that little stupid thing with the hat there, that looks like a little Sylvanian Families thing, right?
Yeah.
Why on the last episode did it just suddenly decide to try and break the ship and stuff? What happened there?
I have no idea. I'm still no idea. So
have you watched the show?
I've watched the show, yeah. I just no idea.
Sorrel, Luke, have you guys seen The Acolyte?
I have no interest in watching it.
I gave up on like episode 3.
Yeah. Deadman saying no one's worked it out yet. Detective Luke would if he watched, I'm sure. Okay. That's his video. You have to go check that out, bud. Starting off at the bottom, I see. I don't know if he means the figures. Are you, Simon? I'm not sure. And Mr. Keegan is talking about you again, Simon, little rat bastard.
Oh,
absolutely.
I know.
So, Simon, talk us through these figures.
So this is a new set of Black Series. San Diego Comic-Con was upsetting for me because they announced loads more for the Black Series. So I was like, oh no, when I'm like Luke says, I can't be a completist because they just keep bringing them out.
Yeah.
So there's a new Ahsoka Tano for the Ahsoka Tano series. There's this new Commando, I think that's for the Ahsoka Tano series. Then you've got what's her name again? It's Master Vernestra for
She-Hulk.
No, She-Hulk. Yeah, it looks like it. For the Acolyte series. You've got Grogu with the robots for the Mandalorian series. I still don't know what the rat's called. I can't remember.
What, the little thing? Yeah.
Yeah, down below. Well, that's for the Acolyte. And then the other two are for Andor. So I'd literally completed my whole Andor set, and they've just announced these extra 2 Andor ones, and I'm like, oh, you buggers.
So will you be getting them, Simon? Will you?
I'm gonna have to because I need to complete the sets. So, so I was a bit annoyed with San Diego Comic Con because it was like I'm trying to be a completionist with my sets, and usually like it's like a set of 12 or 14, and the Mandalorian set's just ridiculous. It's like it's over 40 figures just for the Mandalorian series, for the Black Series.
Yeah.
So yeah.
What are the rest of you like? Are you completionists? Do you feel you've got to get all of the figures in a certain line?
Who are you
I
going
used to
to?
be, but I can't anymore. I physically can't. I just stopped. I just stopped caring.
Yeah.
To be honest. I just
It's
got
the
bigger than
space
mine.
as well, isn't it? It's the physical space, and you end up with figures that, let's be honest, just shit. You know, because they always chuck, or it feels like they always chuck a few random crappy figures in there. What about you, Luke?
So much the same as what Sorrel just said. I used to be, and then I just slowly realised that actually I just want what I like. Unfortunately, though, I do like army building, which means I tend to buy a lot of the same figure just because I like that figure and I can build it out as an army. So again, with all my turtle figures, even though I might only have a selected few main characters, I've got loads of foot soldiers.
Yeah.
So
You see,
it's still
there's
an
something
awkward...
about army building, isn't there? That I love the idea of it, but it breaks me heart shelling out so much money on so many copies of the same figure. If I can get them cheaper in bulk, maybe, you know. But, yeah. Luke. Now, Luke, I'm surprised. Well, am I surprised at this? I'm not surprised at this, I don't think. Tell me about these.
So I was really looking forward to these. When we first heard that Mondo had the license, you know, I remember when Diamond Select made their versions of these animated ones, and I was desperate for them, but they're just too expensive on the secondhand market, and you couldn't find them anywhere. So I thought, oh, here we go, we've got a second chance. However, the price point of these just means that I'm out. You know, I cannot afford to buy these. Now, they are selling them as 2 packs where you get 1 Ghostbuster and 1 Ghost and all the accessories and everything. And they do look absolutely phenomenal. I'm not denying that. But at £200 a pop or $200 a pop, plus postage to ship them over here, I can't justify it. I can't. As much as I would love to have them, I'll stick with my original Kenners.
So these are by Mondo. And I have to say, Luke, when you sent your slides over on time, thank you very much. Simon.
You're welcome.
When you sent your slides over, I did look at this and I thought, you miserable bastard. Because I thought, do you know what I mean? 200 quid for 2 figures. And then it dawned on us, well, actually, I went and had a little look. I assumed, because these were Mondo, these were 1/6 scale figures, like the X-Men line. They're not the 1/12, aren't they? So it's...
I would have, if they were large figures like what you collect. I wouldn't have been able to show them because that's not my section, Simon. But also, I would have paid 200 per figure if they were that size.
Absolutely.
But it's just not feasible, you know. And when you already have the nostalgia and the love of the original toy line, and I still have those original figures. It's nice to have the more higher end collectible, but I don't need it.
So like I say, I'd liked the look of these, and I just assumed foolishly that they were 1/6 scale because we're by Mondo. So I've done a little bit of looking into them after you'd sent the slide. Because honestly, I thought, why on earth Luke not jumping on these? Because these are, you know, I thought these were right up your street, as it were. And what they've said is they've tried to get 1/6 scale sculpting into this 1/12 scale, but no matter what you see, yes, they look good. They're still small figures for the price. So yeah, I'll not be picking these ones up.
Don't get me wrong. I have done and do regularly pay like £100 per figure, and you know, when you get 2 figures, you know, the price point. It's not the price point that's the problem. It's the fact that I already have something that ticks that box. And considering they just stand on the shelf, I don't need that much of a dynamic pose or anything else. I'm happy with what I have. So I'm not at the price point. I get it. I understand, because obviously it's a licensing fee that they too have to pay to have this. So I'm not against £100 per figure. Now, obviously it's a 2-pack. You're paying twice that anyway. But that's the point that I'm making. It's the fact that I already have something that ticks that box.
What about you guys? Saw all these things up your street? Or?
You not at that price point. No.
It feels to me like they really are pricing them out of the collectors, you know. Well, not the collectors. We've talked before, certainly pricing them out of kids, aren't they? But even collectors, for me, you know, I'll be looking at that and thinking $200, I'm pretty much near a hot toy for that. You know,
Yeah.
I'd rather go with that. Simon, what about you?
Not for me. Like, I mean, I won't spend that much even on a Black Series. So minimum is like 35, maybe.
Yeah.
If it's a big figure, I'll push maybe 40, 50, but I'm not pushing £200 just for a set. It's just ridiculous. So
It's really annoying because I would have loved to have get the Samhain figure because it's such a cool figure that they don't really create very often. So I mean, gutting that we can't get that one, but I mean, £200, man.
And I mean, to be fair, you get a lot of good accessories. I mean, I really like the fact that you got like a shrunken down version of the Ghost to clip onto the Ghost Trap, but
Yeah.
still, yeah. Connie, nice to see you. Connie, thank you for joining. And we've got Shiny here. Always nice to see you, bud. Hey, Triple G, can't believe you went to Manchester to see the Batman exhibit. Caused a riot, then came home like nothing happened. It was the Batmobile, mate. I got some nice hubcaps. That's what I did. I went down and nicked the hubcaps and then headed back. Sorrel, you've got Star Wars to talk about. I mean,
I do. First time in a long time. But R5 Zom has been sort of announced and is coming out. He's on the Disney Star website right now. You can get a pre-order in. And this is the Halloween Droid Factory droid from Star Wars. These are the ones that are in the parks as well. I love these things.
I've never seen this. Is this canon? This hasn't been on a movie or anything, has it?
No,
Yeah.
no. They're not canon. Basically, you can create in the parks. They have the droid depot in the Galaxy's Edge and Star Tours and all that, and you can build little 3-inch droids. Well, obviously they worked out so well in the parks. Disney decided to start releasing them as figures, you know, in the Disney stores as well. So all these pull apart, and you can build them up into other droids. I've done like some videos on my channel like building them up, but I have a box literally just of parts now.
Yeah.
Like I have a full big box of parts for these things. I've been collecting them since the first came out.
I've seen one of your videos where you had all the different sections. Some of them are really expensive, aren't they? Some of these things are very pricey.
Yeah. This one in particular it'll be $12.99 now, and if you don't jump on it, then in about a year's time it'll be worth about 50 quid, 60 quid easily.
Fuzzy saying, "Stick up for yourself, Simon. Don't be bullied."
yeah, making my
we've got
inspections.
Nice to see you, Phil. Nice to see you, bud. Hope you're well. Just whilst Phil's on there, just to mention, Phil did a brilliant live stream on, I think, was it Saturday night, Phil? What's all the Omnifuss about? So if you're into your comic books and particularly your collected editions, go over and check that out over on the Comic Airwaves channel because it was really, really good. R2 Tattoo. Fuzzy's not a fan. Fuzzy's not a fan. Okay. Deadpool from Hot Toys. This came out, and I want to have a little bit of a moan and a grumble about this. I should have said spoilers, really. They released the full images of this figure, the kind of the 2 or 3 days before the film was released in the UK, and they showed you the kid pool and the dog and all the rest of it. Now, I know you saw the dog in the trailer, but you didn't see the kid and you didn't see the little boy as well. So that was a bit disappointing. Overall, this figure is very cool. I've already got a Deadpool from Deadpool 2. The big difference with this figure really is you get the fancy gold guns, a couple of different accessories, and his suit is a lot more vibrant in terms of red. But that's not enough to entice me to buy it. But there's a whole host of new Deadpool figures coming out from Deadpool and Wolverine. You get the Lady Deadpool figure, which is pretty cool. I like that with the rooted hair, but again, not one for me. You can see Kid Pool there. I quite like that. I think that's a nice little thing. The Logans are interesting. That first helmeted version of Logan was shown a while ago. I've ordered that one. I think that looks amazing. The Hugh Jackman head sculpt is phenomenal on it. And then they've now released this shirtless version. It comes with a TVA jacket and things like that, with Hugh's sexy, muscular body. He looks a bit like me when I take my top off, I have to say. But no, I find that a very strange figure. I would have, maybe I'm being very sexist, but I would have thought most hot toy collectors are probably male. I can't imagine why many of them would want a shirtless Wolverine. It's not that iconic of a scene from the movie, I wouldn't have thought. But anyway, I'm sure it will sell very well. And I've got, like I say, the Wolverine coming. So some nice 1/6 scale figures there. Very, very detailed. And quite sexy. any of those jump out at you guys that you think look particularly cool?
The kid pool looks really cool. I do like that.
So apparently, and I need to go back and double check my facts. So Fuzzy, if you're in the chat, do us a fact check, please. I'm sure I read somewhere that the kid pool was played by Ryan Reynolds' daughter, I think.
It was so the eldest kid is playing the young Deadpool, whatever you call it, boy
Yeah.
pool, whatever you called it, and then you've got the baby pool as well. He's played by his youngest kid as well.
Right.
They're all
Very
his
cool.
children, and obviously Lady Pool was his wife, and
Yeah.
it was a family outing on this one for them.
Very cool.
Didn't one of the footballers from Wrexham play the
Yeah.
Welsh pool?
Welsh
Like
pool.
the Welsh
Yeah.
one,
Yeah,
Yeah.
and Matthew McConaughey was the cowboy pool.
Yeah.
yeah.
And I can't remember who played the. Oh, I do. It was Nathan Fillion played Headpool.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Yeah.
very cool.
Very cool.
Great movie. Okay, just gonna quickly.
I
jump to
like Fuzzy's comment.
what's that?
Says
Deadpool
the man.
merchandise.
Says the
Oh.
man with plenty of topless He-Man figures.
That's Fuzzy. That's yeah. I'm not ashamed to say. I quite often go into my little room and just touch He-Man's chest. I think that's a masculine thing to do. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. Deadpool merch, I'm shocked. Yeah, and I think we're gonna get tons from Hot Toys because Deadpool sells, so we'll get all of the variants. Will there be huge spoilers other than Hot Toys ones in the stream? Haven't seen it yet. No, mate, no huge spoilers. I was like, but without seeing any spoilers, I hope we get some of the side characters from Deadpool and Wolverine because it would be amazing if we get some of those figures. Just an easy ruse. And says mount. We've said that one. Evening party people, we've got Von Hoot. Nice to see you, Von Hoot. Von Hoot's now doing a live show every Saturday at 10 p.m. UK time called the Parliament of Mouths. Please do make sure you check that out because it's great fun, if not a little bit crazy. He starts every stream with a reading from Grease 2, the novel. You know, fair enough. It's an interesting night, I tell you. Luke, no. Simon,
Oh.
no. Who's this?
It's me. Yeah.
It's you.
Yeah. So these are some new PlayStation figures. So it's a shame James isn't on because I know he would love all these. So we've got Val. Is it Val? And I think her name.
James
is
would love
Aloy.
watching you try to say the names. That's what
You know what?
James
James
Yeah,
would have already interrupted and started telling
Yeah.
me who they were.
Yeah.
He would, yeah. Aloy from Horizon Zero Dawn, which is pretty cool. You've got Boy and Kratos from God of War, and I don't know what the blow from Ghost of Tsushima is called, but really cool figures that are coming out. So yeah,
Who makes them, Simon? I can't see.
I
Do you know
can't
who-
remember. I think it is McFarlane. I think so. Yeah, I'm not sure.
All right. Okay.
Yeah.
They look detailed. They look pretty cool.
Yeah.
Not for me, I have to say, but yeah, not bad. Any of you guys picking those ones up?
I only recognised the Viking at the bottom, and I couldn't tell you what game he was from or anything else. I just know him from other
God of
images
War.
that I've seen
It's God of War,
online.
yeah.
God of
But
War,
yeah,
Kratos in it, I think.
don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
They look like amazing figures. I just don't know who any of them are.
Is that his son at the top right?
Yeah. They call him Boy. That's all I know his name as. Boy. So
Okay.
and he's saying they're not McFarlane. All right, I don't know.
Oh, Simon got it wrong. I'm shocked. Okay. We've got Andy in the house. Nice to see you, Andy. Hope you are well, bud. James is saying, nice pickup, Simon. You love the Grease 2 insight, and you know it. I do. It's what I look forward to each week. Fuzzies want us to hit the button, Simon. They want us to hit the button.
The figures are by
yeah.
Spin Master, by the way. I just double checked. But they're by Spin Master.
Spin. I don't think I've even heard of Spin Master. Who's that?
Yeah.
I told you I didn't know who it was.
Yeah, but
Someone
it's not
strange.
McFarlane. That's the point, isn't it? Do you know what I mean?
Well,
If you don't know who it is, don't just make a name up. Do you know what I mean? Say
I said
I'm thinking they don't look like
I
McFarlane's
think.
usual.
no.
No.
Okay, Luke, save with.
Yeah, so I collect a lot of NECA toys. I've always loved NECA products. But this time round, I think they've dropped the ball. They've re-released their old Beetlejuice figures, which are decades old by now. You know, I've had them for many, many years. Now, granted, they did also showcase this one, which is a new figure and does appear to be more articulated in joints and stuff like that. It's probably from a new line of figures that they will release for the movie. But straight out the gate, we've got 112 releasing this epic new version of Beetlejuice with soft
That's
goods
brilliant.
and the lot. So as far as I'm concerned, if I'm on the lookout for a new Beetlejuice figure, I'm going for the 112. That's why I put a big tick there. It's sad because I really do like NECA and I support a lot of their products. I think they make really nice toys. But this one just knocks it out of the park, and I'm more than happy to pay the higher price point for it.
I mean, that for me is night and day between the two qualities of those figures. The 112 looks amazing. I like that. Sorrel, you're a big fan of these kind of franchises. Are you picking up any of these?
Like I say, I would have loved to have gone with the NECA. Obviously, I'm a big NECA collector, especially when the fact that all my other horror figures are going to be out of scale with it now, because 112 will be slightly smaller than the rest of my NECA figures. So I won't be able to do any fancy dioramas of Beetlejuice, interacting with Freddy. So it's a massive shame, because if they'd have done a Beetlejuice, ultimate figure like they normally do with NECA, made it fully articulated, loads of accessories, it would have been an easy sell, surely. I don't get why they haven't. It must be licensing issue. It must be something to do with the license. There's no way that they've missed that opportunity, surely.
Harkening back to the previous Ghostbusters slide, that's how I display my old Kenner Beetlejuice figures with the Ghostbusters. Because again, it's all part. Originally, it was like the same toy line, and they just carried it on and swapped things over and stuff. But that works really well together. But yeah, you're right. The scale is going to be so off with these, which is a real shame. Because again, I've got dioramas and all sorts with my NECA stuff, and it just won't fit. It has to be on its own display.
I've gone for the Sideshow 1/6 scale version, but it's gone quiet on that. They did some pictures. Remember, we talked about it maybe 3-4 months ago now, but I've not seen anything since. So I don't know. I'm hoping it's going well. So looking forward to getting a hold of that one. But yeah, great choice, Luke. Good picks. Fuzzy, DC have a load of Beetlejuice variant covers. Yeah, some of them are really good, Fuzzy. Particularly, I was looking at one. I was tempted to pick up. There's a Superman cover with Superman and Lois sat next to Beetlejuice, and they've got the shrunken heads.
I don't know anything about this. I've got to go look
great.
online.
Yeah, very cool. And Beetlejuice is asking Superman if Lois is still. Oh, lights just flickered. If Beetlejuice is still single. Lois is single. But yeah, there's some really, really cool ones made. So well worth a look. I say Simon is still being Simon. Hashtag Steam Simon. Yeah, absolutely. Rogue One, that NECA potentially comes with that diorama. Yeah, maybe. And who wants a Beetlejuice figure not in the striped suit? It's a very odd choice. Absolutely, Fuzzy. I guess, it's different elements from the movie, but yeah, the striped suit is most definitely the classic. Dante's Inferno. I'm not sure what's that in reference to, Phil. What we're talking about that?
That's the Beetlejuice, the backdrop behind him.
Ah, right. Got you. Yeah, I've seen that one as well. There's a great House of Mysteries homage. There absolutely is. Guys, Luke,
You've
got
said his name far too many times.
I know he's going to appear. That's why my friggin' lights are flickering. I'm just saying, Luke, you've got control of the slides. Should my power suddenly go off because the lights seem to be flickering here? I don't know what the hell's going on.
It's flickering with you, flickering with Simon.
I know. Oh, it is. Oh, well, maybe it's Simon lights, not mine. I don't know. Anyway, let's move on. Bit of pop, and we're sticking with Beetlejuice.
Yeah, so Funko announced a whole line of Beetlejuice figures for their pop vinyl collection. The Bob one looks really cool. I think that looks a really awesome little figure. But obviously we're gonna get Lydia. We've got Astrid. I'm guessing that's gonna be Thingy's character. What do you call her? Wednesday Addams. I guess that's going to be her, basically, isn't it? And then we've got the new Beetlejuice and his wife, Dolores. So I'm interested in seeing that.
I'm liking the look of Dolores from the trailers as well. She
looks insane. Like, she you basically sucked out a guy's soul in the trailer, didn't she? She looks well menacing. Yeah. So yeah, that looks interesting. But it's cool that they are giving us the Beetlejuice and Lydia in the wedding suits as well. Top left one. I do fancy getting hold of that one for the classic Beetlejuice.
Yeah, I'm trying to keep away from Pops. I have to be honest, they're not. But these do look cool. And if I was gonna get any pop, it would be a Beetlejuice. I have to say.
Do you know, I love the Funko Pops, but over the recent years, I fell in love with the sodas, and I mean, the Beetlejuice soda is the best one I own. I think he's amazing.
Is that glow in the dark?
Yeah, he's hair glows in the dark.
Yeah,
he's great.
That's very cool. I like that. Very cool. Couple of indie figures coming out. This one was really, I popped it in for James. This is the Tyrant Warrior. Warlord from Premier Toys. This is based obviously on the Furiosa movie. Have you guys all seen Furiosa?
Not yet.
Pretty cool. It's a good movie, and this is obviously a character played by Chris Helmsworth, who is, I have to say, superb in the movie. You almost, well, you forget it's Chris Helmsworth. It's a very, very good film. So yeah, so this is pretty cool. Rooted hair. You get all the different accessories and things with him. I love his cloak there, his cape, and you get the teddy bear and all the rest of it. So yeah, it's pretty cool. I like that. I like that one a lot. Not for me, but James may want to pick that up. In fact, he's saying need in the chat. Yeah, so it's a nice one. Other one that's just been announced today. So this is hot off the press. Wasn't expecting this one. So this is from So Toys. This is the Supergirl based on the CW version of Supergirl. I think what's she called? Melissa something or other. I can't remember her surname. I quite like this. So are doing an awful lot. You think?
It looks quite good.
Yeah. So do a lot of CW versions of the character, so they've got a whole line of different Flash figures. I do quite like this. I don't know. I'm gonna have to sit on this one for a little while. And what do you guys think of the sculpt on that?
It looks like it. I mean, the costume's spot on, isn't it? That's brilliant.
Yeah.
Well done.
So are normally pretty good as well, so I might end up going for that. Dead Man says it doesn't look remotely like her. He's not a fan. Yeah, I don't know. I'm going to keep an eye on that one, I think. Luke, back to you.
Back to me. So again, sticking with NECA, and for that first one, sticking with Turtles, one of my favorite characters, which is Leatherhead. And this is based upon the original appearance within the Mirage Turtle Comics Volume 1. This was actually shown at a toy show previously, like almost a year ago, I think. Might have been New York, might have been San Diego itself, but they did hint at this already. We do know this is coming. But again, going back to, are you a completionist? For this particular line, the answer is no, but there are selected characters that I want, and this is definitely one of them. I also want the Rat King that they've got coming out soon. Once I have those characters, I think I'm pretty much done with my NECA Mirage Turtle action figure set. So yeah, really happy to see that still up at the toy show. It's fuzzy. And Universal Monsters.
Quick question for you, then. Quick question. I don't know. I know the basics of the turtles, but when we start getting into all the weird kind of animals and things, I'm not a big fan of them, to be honest. This guy, who came first, him or Killer Croc? Because it strikes me that this looks pretty much identical to Killer Croc from Batman.
I'd say Killer Croc came first.
Yeah.
Definitely. But
they're very similar, aren't they?
They are very similar. But I mean, he is a crocodile. He's a mutated crocodile. Yeah. I mean, just like they're turtles, they're just gonna pick out of the different animals that they can do, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, a figure that I'm really looking forward to, and he's quite a big figure as well. So I think he's going to be quite, it's going to draw your eye on the shelf, And I like to display my figures in dynamic poses and stuff and action scenes. So I'll have the turtles fighting him. And then, NECA Universal Monsters. I absolutely love this line, and I love all the figures that I have so far. This one, I am kind of a completionist, and I say kind of. I mean, I have them all so far. I'm really excited that we're going to be getting other versions of these characters, because obviously this is the Mummy before, before/after he's in the bandages, and they're doing another Invisible Man, etc. But I wanted to ask you guys. I don't know if you're fans of Universal Monsters or what sort of figures you would like to see still to come from this line.
Oh, Universal Monsters, hands down, is my favorite in NECA's collection. And I've got all of them so far. So, yeah, I will be getting him. He looks amazing. Looks really good. Figures what we're going to get. I mean, I'm still hoping that they do a Dracula's daughter figure, like the original one. She's still the one we need. And the... What's got Werewolf by London? No, London Werewolf Lady. Forgot her name. That was a Universal Monsters film from back in the day as well. London. I can't think of it. Never mind. But yeah, the Werewolf Lady.
I really like these figures, but I don't collect them that size. But I do like the look of that. I do think that looks very, very cool. I wouldn't mind a an Invisible Man. I know they've done an Invisible Man, but I wouldn't mind an Invisible Man in my collection.
Yeah.
They're
Simon,
doing the
what about
Invisible
you?
Man with the red robe next. Neko,
That-
yeah,
they're
that's
doing
the-
the red robe one.
that's
I
the
couldn't find a picture of him to include,
Yeah.
but
Yeah, it looks so good.
Have they done a version of The Fly?
no, they haven't. That was that Hammer Horror? That
It
wasn't
was Hammer, I
Universal, was
think.
it?
Yeah,
That
I
was
don't know if it
Hammer.
was you. Yeah.
Simon, what about yourself? Any
Uh, I don't actually have any NECA figures whatsoever, so yeah, it's not for me.
For me,
So-
for me personally, the figure that I would love for them to make would be an actual Dr. Frankenstein, because we have Frankenstein's monster, we have the bride, they've given us the table. I've got that all set up in a diorama. I would love to have both Victor and Igor, who wasn't called Igor originally, but you know, I'd like to have those characters to complete that diorama set.
Nice. Yeah, very cool. Very cool. They do some great figures, NECA Mind, and they do characters that you're not necessarily expecting, you know, because I wouldn't have anticipated this particular figure. So yeah, some cool figures. So
I
Speaking of
want that
Universal
creature of the Black
Monsters.
Lagoon one.
Exactly. Speaking
I mean,
of Universal Monsters,
just before you say anything, I can feel the rage coming through the screen from Fuzzy Dunlop. He's banging away at that keyboard as we speak, I'm sure. I have to tell you, I'm a bit of a Care Bear fan. I remember these back in the day. These are pretty cool. I quite like these. There we go.
Before you get started, Sorrel, can we just draw attention, right? We send our slides not knowing what any of them are, but Peter has managed to put these together so wonderfully by
Yes.
keeping all of the themes united. So well done, Peter.
Hyman G says he's just jumped on and looking at quality toys as usual.
Mate, you've got to keep it varied. This is a
Exactly.
big franchise from back in the day as well. It's Universal Monsters and Care Bears. Come on, who doesn't want that creature from the Black Lagoon like that? Look at it; it's amazing.
I want that.
Yeah, the fact that all these are going to be centered, may I just say, they haven't released what scent they're going to be, but they're all centered. And they're doing a pop vinyl line. There's action figures apparently coming. We're getting the plushers and Loungefly are getting hold of this. It is literally Universal have put in so much effort into this line. When they said action figures, NECA has been very quiet, but if that is who they've got to do this, it could be amazing.
Are Care Bears still a big thing? I can't remember.
They're slowly coming back. They're trying to relaunch the franchise. Universal now own the rights to Care Bears, and they're trying to kind of do what they did with Trolls. You know, like when they brought Trolls back, DreamWorks remade it and they kind of relaunched it. I think they're trying to do that again with Care Bears, but they're doing these crossovers and it's so random.
If Fuzzy said, "Oh, they sent it," he takes it back. Tell me more. He's more. James, nice to see you, James. James is away over in France at the moment. You've joined just at the right time, James. We're talking Care Bears. James did a phenomenal interview on Saturday night over on MJ Comics with Gem Mint, which was a really, really interesting interview. So please do go check that out. Okay, let's move away from Care Bears and look at a bit more hot toy sexiness. So these are some recently announced figures. We've got the Darth Vader Battle Damaged Deluxe version. This thing looks amazing. The cape's all torn to shreds. You can see there. You can remove his helmet and you can get the full face. He's got a robotic arm and leg, all kind of ripped to bits there. It just looks amazing. I like it, but we've got 4 or 5 different Vaders out now. But I have to say, there's something particularly appealing about this one. I love what they've done with the cape and the posability of the cape and everything. I think it looks amazing. We've got a General Grievous now. I haven't looked enough into this one, but the original General Grievous from Sideshow was utter dog shit. The plastic arms were horrendous, and it didn't hold its weight. So I'm assuming they've updated this version and given it a bit of die cast to figure that people have wanted for a long, long time. But again, looks pretty cool. And then you get this really weird kind of hologram 1/6 scale Darth Maul, which doesn't do anything apart from light up. You can't move it or anything like that. A bit of an interesting one. If you're a diehard Star Wars fan, I'm sure people will jump on that, but yeah, not for me, I have to say. MJ is saying Care Bears, what year is this? Yeah, 86. Fuzzy, I'm sure this is about the 5th battle damage Vader I've seen. It is, Fuzzy, it is. For fuck's sake, I've just said that. Absolutely, Fuzzy. Rogue One is saying it looks like Ryan Reynolds. Yeah, very strange that, Phil, isn't it? That we haven't got a head sculpt for the Deadpool figure yet. They've still not released a Deadpool figure with a Ryan Reynolds kind of scarred, chewed up face, which I find very, very odd. James T, love the Vader, looks ripped right out of the final fight from Force Unleashed. Yeah, I mean, it does look amazing. It really does look amazing. Could have stuck that head sculpt. Oh, yeah, exactly, bud. I completely agree.
This is my biggest worry with going in with this scale of figure and the price points, because at least if they re-release a 6-inch figure, I know I haven't spent too much money on it, and I can buy another one and replace it and maybe sell that on, and etc. But with so many, like Fuzzy said, about so many of these Vaders even being out there and being made, I'd just worry that I made a terrible mistake and bought too soon. Or
yeah, I think there is that danger, Luke. But I think the thing with the 1/6 is generally, not always, but generally, they retain the value. So certain collectors, or a lot of people, like to collect backwards as well. So even if there's a new version out, they want the original, or the anniversary edition or whatever. Not always, mind. Some figures do go for a fair bit cheaper. But yeah, I won't be picking up any of these myself, but I do think they look pretty cool. Pretty cool.
what the heck is that?
Can I just say, I did not ask for this. Simon has done this off his own little bat, haven't you, Simon? This is why slides didn't come through till 6 o'clock this evening, because he was working on this little image. Yeah. So Simon, tell what have you decided to do?
Oh, I just like put in AI, just Keegan being Marty, because I took over his gaming section.
Okay, Simon, tell me what games you want to talk about.
This is going to be a war.
So, I thought I'd just do one slide, straight to the point. These are all the new releases of games that are coming out in August. So we've got a remastered version of Star Wars Bounty Hunters on pretty much most consoles. As you can see, PC, PS4, 5, Switch, Xbox One, and everything, so forth. World of Goo on the Switch. I've never played it, but looks good. Cat Quest 3 on Switch and a range of consoles. Kenner, Bridge of Spirits. The one I am looking forward to is this Black Myth Wukong. On the Xbox, I'll probably get it. It's on PC and PS5. It looks amazing. So it's one I definitely want to play. You've got Dustborn coming out. There's a new World of Warcraft game, War Within, on the PC coming out. So, yeah, Visions of Mana. And then last but not least, James's favourite at the end of the month is Star Wars Outlaws. So looking forward to that as well. Yeah.
I loved that, Simon. It was direct, straight to the point.
To the point.
I think you should stick around.
I want to make this very, very clear. I did not give my permission for Simon to put my likeness into an AI, and I just want to let you know, Simon, that you'll be hearing from my lawyers. Okay, that is a line crossed, copyright infringement. I'll see you in
copyright infringement. No,
absolute bastard.
It actually helps having them side by side now.
It does. It shows you just how much it does look like them. Yeah, it does.
More baby faced. I'm not bad. I have a better jawline than that. I think. I like to think anyway.
Yeah. Okay. Anyway, how are you, James? Are you well?
I'm good. I'm just waiting for some cars to leave. I might make it for the last 20 minutes or something like that. So.
I wouldn't rush, mate. Simon's covered your bit superbly, so don't rush.
Okay. Yeah, boy. His name's Atreus from God of War, Simon. So just to let you know that. Couldn't even name Jin Sakai from Ghost of Tsushima. All right, and Scott McFarlane. I'll see you in a bit.
See you in a bit, James. Catch you in a bit, mate. Bye. Oh, just quickly, gentlemen. AI Keegas, tremendous. James wouldn't use his list as a side. To be fair, amateur hour sacked. That was flawless. It was, and top entertainment. Good stuff. Right, Luke. Tell me what this is.
Well, to be honest, I don't know if I can follow that. So, yeah, again, another little controversial one from me. This isn't what I wanted, and this isn't what I don't think a lot of people wanted. You know, Mattel have done great with their relaunch of the Masters of the Universe. You know, they've given us the Masterverse figures, they've given us Origins, they've released a few play sets. You know, obviously they've done the whole funding thing for the Eternia, which was very expensive and out of a lot of people's price range. We would have much rather have had something that we could pick up in a toy shop. Again, particularly because it's my son that collects these. You know, don't get me wrong, I love it, but he's got into He-Man and he wants all this stuff, and I've given him so much of my stuff. And now, you know, they've done a whole thing where they wanted to have the fans select what they make next. And this was the winning piece. And as you can see from that top little illustration in the top left-hand corner there, that's kind of what we were expecting. And so that would have been a nice little fold-up set that you could buy at retail or buy at a retail price that a kid could play with. Instead, they've kind of gone above and beyond, you know, and I'm not saying it's bad. I'm saying, yeah, it looks great. It's fantastic, but it's not what we asked for. It's not what we voted for. It's not the price point that we're wanting to spend for this line. Now, I might be the only one, but I just want toys to be available for children.
Luke, what is it? So what I mean by that is I get it's obviously the Snake Castle thing, but what scale is this? Because it looks when you put this image
This
up
is for the Origins line.
Oh, right, because when you put the image up, I assumed it was like a Micromax kind of thing, fold away, and those were little tiny figures.
No, this is for
it's
the
just the
Origins
scale of
line.
the image.
Yeah, because it's a
So
big
it's
play
huge
set.
then. It's
a
huge.
Big playset.
Okay.
But it's too big. It's in my opinion, it's not what definitely not what I asked for,
Yeah.
not what I wanted, not what I voted for. And so therefore once again I'm out. And it's because they're trying to go bigger or trying to justify cost. And again, don't get me wrong, it looks amazing. It looks fantastic. But it's not a kid's toy.
Yeah.
And this more so than anything should be a kid's toy.
Not for me. Not for me. Highland G is saying looks nothing like the picture. The detail is all gone. Yeah, agree. And then terrifying thought. Imagine an AI Luke.
This is AI Luke.
I was going to say, how do we know this isn't AI Luke? Yeah.
The amount of filters I've got on this. God.
Yeah, that's not a one for me, bud. Simon.
Hello. Right, on to Hasbro.
Hello.
Hello. Yeah, we've got this crazy talking Deadpool head that is released.
This isn't is this a re-release? Because we've had that before,
It's a
haven't we?
re-release,
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a re-release. Yeah, so it ranges about £120. So yeah, for a Deadpool head. But then I suppose Star Wars helmets are around that. Like for the Star Wars helmets, they start at 120 and then start to drop. So
just to give it a plug, go watch my review on my channel because it does so much. It is actually amazing, that head. What it does is amazing. There's an app that goes with it. You can play games with it. And there is so much going on with it. It is an amazing piece of kit.
And to be honest, guys, there's nothing wrong with a little head.
Hey!
Not acceptable.
So-
Not acceptable.
Not acceptable. Then on the right, we've got a Venom Deadpool figure that's coming out for Hasbro. So that ranges. That's an expensive figure, actually. I think that's about £80. I think,
Right.
or around there. Then yeah, it's quite more expensive than the ones below. So we've got Kang the Conqueror below in his chair, which is really a cool figure.
I like that one. I saw the images of that from the con.
San Diego,
Looked very cool.
Look really cool. You've got Dark Phoenix. She's a reasonable figure. I think that's £35. And then a set of Sentinels, a dual pack, and then the Deadpool. Oh, sorry.
What scale are those Sentinels, bud? Are they taller than your standard figure?
No, they're not. They're a little bit taller than your standard figure, but they're not the other usual Sentinels figure. So, like the ones they released last time, they're a lot smaller Sentinels. So, yeah, I don't know the exact. Yeah, it's very odd. Yeah, so a dual pack of Sentinels. They just like to release loads of Sentinels, don't they? Then you've got your Wolverine and obviously Deadpool figures coming out as well from the movie. So, yeah, all Hasbro.
Very cool. Now,
The
when
smaller
we're
Sentinels
initially...
are based on the video game, aren't they? It's from the children
Ah,
video game.
right,
Yeah.
that original... I remember the
'Cause they're
game.
throwing
Yeah.
the rock. You know, they throw the rock at the
Yeah.
characters. So
Yeah.
it's based on the arcade version. So they were like just a
Yeah.
little bit bigger than the X-Men kind of thing.
That makes more sense. That
Yeah.
makes more sense. When we originally shared some images of those Wolverine figures, I thought the head sculpt looked pretty cool. But the more I look at it now, the more I think he looks a bit weird. I'm not so keen on that. But yeah, pretty cool. Any of you guys pick? I mean, Sorrel, I know you're a big Legends fan. Are you going to be picking up any of those?
That Venompool, the big Venompool monster thing, that's been out ages. That was
Yeah,
the older figure.
it's
from
another
years ago.
re-release.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I prefer my version because it's the darker coloured version, so it
Yeah.
looks more like a movie version. It looks better.
Yeah.
That looks very cartoony, that one. No, the Sentinels maybe to go with the Jim Lee looking X-Men might be a cool display to sort of like try and set up the arcade kind of look. That could be cool.
So have they released the other X-Men figures in the arcade style then, have they?
No, they're all, but we have got the Jim Lee ones, which is what the arcade's
Yeah.
based on, isn't it? So you've got like
Yeah.
you've got the brown and yellow Wolverine, and you've got all the sort of the characters you would need.
Okay. Because that did a little video myself and James a little while ago about the X-Men Pride of the X-Men standalone movie, which is what the arcade's based on. And the designs in that were amazing. Very strange. If you haven't seen it, it's worth a watch. But Wolverine with an Australian accent. It's very odd. Very odd. More Jackman than Hugh Jackman. Absolutely fuzzy. Absolutely good. Okay, Sorrel. Tell me about this.
Vecna. So Super 7 are giving us Vecna from Dungeons and Dragons, but a part of the 50th anniversary of D&D. I think this one's going to be popular, you know.
It looks amazing, mind. I think it looks amazing.
Yeah, I think because I honestly, because of obviously, I know we shouldn't say this, but because of Stranger Things, D&D has had a bit of a resurgence because of it. And Vecna obviously being in the last series as well, I think more people are familiar with the name now. So I think this figure will fly off the shelves, honestly.
Yeah. I do like it. Super 7 figures, price points not normally that bad. I mean, the ones I pick
we're
up.
looking at about 60 quid here.
Yeah.
For that one.
So, yeah.
But it looks well worth it, to be honest. It looks decent.
And just speaking of Super 7, I haven't got a slide to show it, but I'm sure it's Super 7 have done the is it Vengar? I can't remember. The dragon from Dungeons and Dragons with the Tiamat. Tiamat. Is it Tiamat?
Something like that, yeah.
With the three or four
Tail,
jumps.
yeah.
Yeah. It looks amazing. Absolutely
It does look
amazing.
good. Yeah.
I fancied that one. I did fancy that one. Ladies and gents, we've got 17 people watching. Please do go hit that like and subscribe for everybody's channels. We've got Luke from Hydra Collectibles. We've got Super Sorrel. And we've got Comic Lad Simon. If you go and subscribe to Simon, he might put some content out in the next few months. So please do go and check out everybody's channels. Couple of announcements from Hot Toys regarding Marvel figures. We'll start at the far end there. We have got a re-release of the Hulk Buster. So if you missed out on this original one, the one behind us here, there is going to be a re-release. Don't know what the changes to this are. We think it's going to have USB powered lights, which is good. But I'm not sure if they're making much more change to it. But that's a nice one if you haven't got that one. But it's a pricey figure. You're probably looking around about £800 to £1,000 for that one. We've got a rooted Black Widow, which again, I think is nice, but it's a bit late down the line for it, I think. So I'm not quite surprised. I'm surprised they've brought that one out. But a good looking figure. I think the head sculpt is very strong. It looks like Scarlett Johansson. So yeah, I think that's a real nice look. And this is obviously based on her Iron Man 2 look. We've got an Iron Spider. This does look phenomenal, I have to say. This Tom Holland Spider-Man. It's I'm tempted by that one. I haven't got an Iron Spider in my collection, so I may very well jump on that. And then we've got the next in the line from the kind of the offshoot from Hot Toys, which are these comic accurate action figures, which are at a cheaper price point. I say cheaper price point, you're still looking at 170 quidish for these figures. They've done Wolverine. Mine's being delivered this week, I think. We've got a Magneto. We've had a black suit Spider-Man, which looked amazing. And now we've got Thor in a comic accurate version of Thor with seamless arms. So I'm liking these figures. I'm liking the fact that they are comic accurate. So I will be picking up the Thor figure without doubt to go with all my other bloody Thor figures. But yeah, nice looking figures. Any of those jump out at anybody? What do you think of the head sculpt on Scarlet or on
The Scarlet
Spider-Man?
the Scarlet head sculpt is phenomenal. That looks really well made. And as for the comic book characters, for me that would be where I would aim towards. You know, I'm all for the movie actors likeness, but I much prefer, even with the Marvel Legends, I prefer the comic book accurate ones as opposed to the actors.
Yeah, and I've talked about these ones before. I love the fact that it comes with a stand that you can clip a comic book behind. So for me, I've got all my Hot Toys and things behind glass in my cabinets. I'm going to have these things out on the shelf just as a line of representation of comic books with some of my favourite comics behind them. So yeah, I think they're very cool. Phil saying his Honor Wolverine is due tomorrow. Yeah, mine should be on its way as well, but looking forward to getting that one. Okay, moving on. What the shit? Whose shit is this? Who
This is
dared
mine.
slip this crap in?
Yeah, but Peter, I know I'm not Lego, but these are going to sell out really well, I think. So everyone wants a Fortnite Lego Battle Bus.
Everyone
Everyone?
wants. Everyone wants. And not everyone, Simon. It's not,
You and
I-
Sorrel does.
Yeah.
So no,
Yeah,
Sorrel,
he doesn't want a
no,
battle
Sorrel's
bus.
out.
No.
I could
I didn't include
almost,
this one.
I could almost accept the bus, but it's the friggin' tree thing with the face
Oh,
and the.
that's Zelda Deku Tree. So Legend of Zelda, first Legend of Zelda made in Lego. So it is a pricey figure though. That one, it's very pricey. So where the
If
Battle
they'd have
Bus is
done-
more reasonable.
Yeah, if they'd have done the Fortnite figures as a minifigure series, I think that would have sold even better. But
Mm.
sticking them all with the great big bus, no parents paying out for that. Let's be
They
honest,
are.
it's gonna
I
be
think
like-
they are. I think they're
Think
going to
so?
pay it.
It's going to be like
Yeah.
100 quid, isn't it, that thing?
No, it's only 80 quid. So
Only
80?
Only 80 quid.
80 quid.
Only.
Oh, Andy's ears have pricked. Andy's ears have pricked.
the Lego Deku Tree is a bit expensive. I think though that's £200. So yeah, that's a bit too much for my liking. But it looks amazing. So.
Yeah. Highland G saying he was tempted by the tree, but it's too expensive.
Yeah, it's far too expensive. Yeah.
I just can't. Well, you know of my love for Lego. You can switch from classic to current styles. I don't even know what that means, mate. What is there? In terms of the tree, do you mean? You can turn the tree. How, Simon? Your slide. What does Highland G mean that can switch between classic and current style?
I don't know. No idea.
I just love that Simon sent you the slide and you went, I'm not having that. I'm going to edit it and put myself in the picture.
Yeah. Let's move away from Lego. Hopefully, no more Lego tonight. Luke, is this you?
This is me, yeah. So, kind of harkening back to what I said in regards to the He-Man stuff, you know, where I want toys to be for kids. And out of everything at San Diego Comic-Con, this was the thing that I was excited for, because this is something that we can actually buy in a toy shop and that, you know, me and the kids can go and, you know, afford. You know, these are going to be selling for like 20, 25 quid, you know, something along those sort of price points. And he loved my originals. Now, unfortunately, I did sell my originals about a month before they announced that they were re-releasing these ones. So he, you know, I can see my son wanting these. He was playing with the originals before I sold them. He was okay with me selling them. I must point that out as well. But I think he's gonna be so excited to see these in the shop. And when he comes running over to me holding those cages that they come in, I'm gonna buy him the set. Do you know what I mean? It's a no-brainer for me. And I just, again, it's harkening back to, I am a collector. I love my collectibles. I love my collectible toys. But I want this stuff for my children, and it seems like it's just not available at the price points that it needs to be for them. You know, I can't spend that sort of money to have a 5-year-old bashing it against the floor. But this I can. And I'm more than happy to do that. So they already released the first 3 not that long ago. They still haven't made it over to the Smith's Toy Shop near me. I don't even know if it's elsewhere in the country. But I do hear that they are coming soon. You know, I know that other websites have had them, like Props and Replicas, I think Comics and Cocktails, places like that. But yeah, we've had the other 3 announced at San Diego Comic-Con, and hopefully they'll continue to release more.
Is there a new cartoon or a new movie or something coming?
No.
There isn't, no. But what I think it was is that they kind of went down that retro line with it not too long ago with Mattel Creations, and they showed some like different characters based on concept art and things like that. And a lot of fans were upset by that. They wanted like the main characters, and so I think Mattel heard that there was a demand for that, and I think that's why these have come back round. Obviously, I don't know if that's true. I don't have a button like Simon, the bullshit button, but
Hey,
I'm not.
I've actually pre-ordered.
I'm not
two of
saying
these.
that's. I'm not saying that's fact. That's how I perceived it at the time.
I'm not familiar really with Street Sharks at all. I have to say,
I love
and Biker
Street
Mice.
Sharks.
I missed them.
I love Street Sharks. I used to own 2 beforehand, so yeah, that's why I pre-ordered 2 more.
Yeah.
So.
What about
I
you,
actually
Sorrel? Are
kept-
you a Street
I actually
Sharks
kept my
man?
villains.
Yeah, I grew up in the 90s, so Street Sharks were a big thing for me. They were more so than Turtles, to be fair, when I was a kid. Street Sharks was the line I grew with. The cartoon was massive, but I'm really upset that they didn't get Vin Diesel back to do something at San Diego with them.
Yeah, he
'Cause
did
obviously
the
they had that
advert, didn't he?
He did. Well, he did the. It was at London Toy Fair to launch the line. This was before he was famous. This was before he did all his moves and stuff. So it was just him playing with sharks, which is amazing. If they ever do a movie, they need to get him in it, don't they?
Yeah. Right, let's see what we've got in the comments, guys. Yes, the tree goes from pink to green leaves from classic Zelda to Breath of the Wild style. Okay, thanks, bud. Thanks for that. Andy, I'll be on next week for the Lego segment. Always welcome, Andy. Simon, you let the sound down. This was our moment. And you fumbled it, mate. Yeah. Genuine question. Do Lego people build them and display them or dismantle them? I don't understand. I've only got one bit of Lego which I detest, which is my Optimus Prime, which I built, and it sits in a corner now and I'm scared to go anywhere near it because it'll just explode. But yeah, I don't get it either, Fuzzy. What about you guys? Who collects Lego? Luke, you're a Lego man.
Well, yes, but I'm gonna upset everyone because I buy Lego.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah, I do.
Lego.
And I buy for the same reason yet again. Just like I said about my son being 5 and breaking things together or breaking things up, I can't do that with like a £300 or £400 set, but I can do it for something cheaper. And so I've got plenty of Lego City items, Lego characters, and all sorts. But yeah, it's Lego, and I don't mind so much if the kids break it.
So do you have it on display, Luke? Do you
I have it
build
here in this room. It's literally on a shelf just behind the camera there, and it's all set up like a cityscape with all the different buildings. So I've got like the Daily Bugle, I've got the detective agency, a police station, etc. And then I have all my minifigures, which is it's essentially my Marvel display, because I have all the Marvel minifigures, and they're all fighting various monsters that I've built out of Lego, like giant insects and things that are all climbing up the buildings. So it's kind of like a Godzilla meets Marvel type setup, all displayed in Lego. And the kids come in and they love it, and I let them play with it. You know, it's there to be played with, and I just repair it afterwards if it breaks.
You're a madman.
Yeah, I'm the same with Lego though, like the Lego, because like Lego's never going to give me a little Sam. You know, Lego's never going to give me, you know, House of 1,000 Corpses. So, you know, I don't mind fake Lego.
Yeah.
And do you know what? I don't mind anybody trying to get a cheaper option, because I think Lego is an obscene price for what it is. And I know, you know, we as collectors, we'll pay ridiculous money for toys and comics. And it's probably just because I can't get my head around Lego. I just couldn't justify the price of it. That Optimus Prime I bought was like £200. And it's like, I've got to build it me friggin' self. Do you know what I mean? It's like, yeah, not for me. Highland G, I display anything I keep of Lego, which isn't much, to be fair. Fuzzy, the Biker Mice hardly took off, did that's very true. The whole nacelle thing seems to have fallen flat on its arse, Fuzzy. The relaunch, the comics and stuff, not done too well, I don't think, or as well as they'd hoped. Andy, I build some, keep the others boxed, I buy multiple to flip them. I know, I'm a monster. But Andy, you're very astute in terms of the minifigures, aren't you? And which packs to pick up and sell on, because the some of them do generate a hell of a good money, don't they? They need current shows to sell these toys. Nostalgia isn't enough. I would agree with that, Highland J. I think if you're releasing a new toy line, you need something to keep it. If you know, as Luke's saying, if you want kids to pick it up, you need them to be interested, and the cartoons are the best ways of getting them into it, I think.
Just to say, back when He-Man Origins came out, that was before they made the new cartoons. They
Yeah.
released that line first, so this could be the same with Street Shark. They could be following that same ideal.
Trying it
So
out.
they'll release the original figures as an Origins kind of re-release, then move up to like a Netflix special or something in a few months.
Yeah.
But this is the thing. So like one of the best things about introducing my kids to the franchises that I love is that I like sitting them down, and whether it's something new or something old, sitting them down in front of the TV and then handing them a toy which is a character that they're watching.
Yeah, that they're watching.
Yeah.
And
I
they
agree.
instantly, like, that's got their attention then, because they have one in their hand and they see it on, oh, that's him, oh, that's
Yeah.
that. And my son went mental for He-Man the moment he sat and watched the Kevin Smith He-Man with me. And he loved it. And so then I was able to give him a load of my figures, and then we bought him his own, and now he's got like this entire collection that makes mine look like nothing in comparison.
Phil's saying here, some of the Lego cities you see on YouTube are massively impressive. All Americans with huge basements. Yeah, I agree, mate. I have watched some videos of people with, and I've been to Lego World in America. Actually, it is impressive.
I really want to build a city. I'm thinking about putting a mezzanine in my garage and doing it up there.
Luke in his sweatshop, plastic blocks, shocking. Canadian Survivors, nice to see you, but I hope you're well. Andy's saying Lego is like stocks and shares. Yeah, you can make good money with it. We've got Chris. Nice to see you, Chris. Chris, we'll have to get you on a show at some point. I haven't seen you for a while, mate. I'm missing you. And DVH is saying hello to Chris. Right, moving away from Lego. Sorrel, you're up. Ah, for fuck's sake.
Yeah, the Lego minifigures were announced this week. It's the Dungeons and Dragons one, which is quite interesting. It's a crossover with Lego and Hasbro. Also, Hasbro being the license holder for D&D. Interestingly, they are marketing these as a minifigure collection that you can use in a game of D&D. They want to try and get kids playing D&D. So every one of these packs will have a starter set for D&D and how to build a character, like an info sheet.
I like that.
Quite interesting. So they're trying to introduce kids to D&D with Lego, basically, because it is just a mini. It is just a mini, technically.
Yeah.
So I
like
think it's
that.
cool, and they're giving us some great characters from the D&D lore and stuff like that. So there's some awesome looking figures in there. I can't wait to get these. These come out on September 1st as well. Not that long away.
I picked up the D&D from the cartoon figures. Can't remember who made them now. Can't remember, was it? Can't remember. But each one of those figures came with a different D&D style dice. So you got all the different variations and things. They were really cool. My problem with these is my same issue that I had with the those sort of is the same issue as I had with the Marvel ones. Is you're paying £4 or something for a box. It's too random. Do you know what I mean? In terms of, because I got like 4 versions of the same bloody, I think it was Echo.
There is a cheeky little app that
you can scan now. Yeah.
Yeah, you can scan them and find out which ones, and takes away the mystery. I do it blind, obviously, for my channel. I think it's fun.
Yeah.
But you can, if you wanted a certain character now, just start scanning the boxes and find the ones you want.
I still think the price point is too steep for a blind bag. I'm there with
That's
Peter.
the cheapest blind bag on the market. Do you know that? $350
Yeah,
is the cheapest one.
$350 is
But
cheap.
that still doesn't change the fact that they should be cheaper.
Yeah, Poppy's Playtime and Five Nights at Freddy's, you're looking at about $4.99 to £6 each, depending on the franchise.
Right.
Lego at £3, it's quite reasonable. But
There are some interesting characters. I do like them. And I do know that whenever I go, I mean, I don't think it's the formal ones. It's probably the ones from the Chinese websites and whatnot. But whenever I go to Comic Cons, there's bloody thousands of these things, different versions and different characters and stuff. So you can pick them up much cheaper if you want. Andy, I reckon Peter dislikes Lego because of his little ginger digits, can't build them. Andy, that's absolutely true. These sausage fingers struggle with it. And I tell you what it is. My mother-in-law, God rest her, used to buy the knockoff kind of shite Lego stuff from B&M bargains and places. And it would be my job on a Christmas day to try and use my teeth to attach blocks to blocks that didn't want to fit. And then do exactly what Luke's just talked about. I'd spend 6 hours building the friggin' thing, and then Thomas would throw it into a wall and it would be destroyed. So yeah, I hate Lego. Hate it. But there we are. A bit of Star Wars news to start off, guys. Hot Toys. We've got a Jar Jar Binks coming. I wasn't expecting a 1/6 scale Jar Jar Binks.
I'm surprised that doesn't already exist.
Well, I think they did. I think Sideshow may have done one a little while ago. If there's any Hot Toys guys in the chat, check us on that one. I think Sideshow may have done one, but I'm not 100% sure. But this is a character people have been crying out for a long, long time. I think this will fly off the shelves, I have to be honest. I think he's such a unique character. The head sculpt is so unique. It absolutely isn't for me, but I think the Star Wars fans out there will jump on this one. What might be for me is I don't, other than my Luke Skywalker, I don't really have any of the original trilogy kind of guys in my Star Wars setup. So I'm quite liking the look of this Chewbacca with CP3 on his back. So I might be tempted by that one. I quite like that. Quite like it. And then we've got Batman. So we got the original Batman 89 Keaton figure re-released, and that's now out. And now we've been teased with the Batman Returns figure. Slightly different figure, different head sculpts, different mouth plates. Obviously, his chest armor is very different. I haven't got this particular version in my collection, so yeah, I may jump on this. I have to say, may jump on this. Any of those jump out at you guys?
I like the Jar Jar Binks.
I'm not kind of excited about the Jar Jar, kind of cool.
The thing is, right, I was right there hating him like everyone else back in the day, and over the years, he's really grown on me.
I never hated him in the first place. I've always loved Jar Jar. It's stupid, but I love him.
Did I say R2D2 instead of CP3?
You said CP3 instead of C3PO. I
I
assumed it was just the Geordie, you know, the way of saying it.
Oh God, as bad as bloody Simon. Yeah, I think like I say, I think Jar Jar's got a lot of fans out there. I think people will jump on it. To be honest, I think it'll go really well. Fuzzy's just saying a few things that make me cringe. Fewer things make me cringe than when our American cousins call it Legos and not Lego. Had to share. Sorry. Absolutely. James, about goddamn time on the Jar Jar. Von Hoot is totally with Fuzzy. Oh, Leon, we've got Leon in the chat. Nice to see you, Leon. Hope you're well, my friend. Not really into Legos, but I have to admit that new Jaws set has turned his head. Yeah, we talked about that last week. It's quite a nice set, that. I quite like that. We've got Sean. Nice to see you. I'd be really interested if they did some more horror movie franchise Legos. I think that would be really cool. Legos as in Lego sets, not Legos as in because I'm being a prick like you have just been talking about. Hated Jar Jar the moment I laid eyes on him. I hate him even more now. So you'll not be picking this figure up then, eh? That's the most Star Trek thing you've ever done. I don't know what you mean. Okay. Lego means play well, so play wells does sound daft. I didn't know that. Is that what Lego means? Play well? Interesting. Okay, chaps, moving on. Simon, we're back to you, I think.
Hello. Yes. As SH forgot new releases from San Diego Comic-Con. So you've got obviously they've done the Spider-Man line, and so you've got Punk Spider-Man and the Indian Spider-Man now. SH forgot, so you've got the full set now. Unlucky to them, Hasbro has just announced a full set as well today. So it's a bit like a stinger to them. So you've got Mothra and Baby Kong as well from SH Monster Arts coming out. And then another Monster Hunter figure here. I can't remember what the character's called, but it's a really cool one. So
I don't recognise that one at all, mate. Don't recognise.
Yeah, it's from Monster Hunter, so it's not the movie, so it's from the game. So yeah.
See the chat are now. I mean, I was going to let that one pass. Simon.
Yeah.
What's he really called, Simon? Do you know what he's?
I don't know his real name. I'm rubbish at names.
Spider-Punk.
Spider-Punk. Yeah, Punk Spider-Man.
It's the same thing, Simon. It's the same thing, mate. I think, you know, potatoes, whatever you say.
Exactly.
Yeah. Okie dokie. So, yeah, some interesting looking figures on there.
Yeah.
I quite like those ones, but yeah, not from me, I don't think. Luke, just back in time to talk about some sexy male chests. You muted?
Sorry, some of my stuff fell down.
Was it your Lego? Did it explode into 1,000 pieces?
It took me ages to work out what it was. I just heard this crash and I couldn't work it out. Right, yes. So, again, sticking with He-Man, Mattel have kind of done something that isn't the norm. They've allowed somebody else to use their license while they're still using it for the same scale of figure. We all kind of understand and get. Sorry, what's this?
Sorry. Andy's Team Simon, but God, he's making it tough tonight.
So we all kind of know that when a company owns a brand or a franchise, that they can license out to different companies to make different scale or different items. That's why you can have someone like Mondo doing your 1/6 scale, whilst you still have Mattel doing, your smaller scales. However, they've kind of allowed Mondo to make something in the same scale as what they're doing, therefore creating competition. Even though it's not technically that way, because I'm sure they're getting paid a license and they might not ever choose to do it themselves anyway. So that's why they're venturing out and they're going to be in similar scales, etc. I'm sure they have their reasons for this. But we're finally going to be getting some new He-Man 2000X figures from Mondo in that smaller scale, which I'm all for. Because I think that toy line was absolutely superb. I think the sculpting detail on it is actually, they were sculpted by the Four Horsemen, who, as you guys know, I love my Mythic Legions. Same guys. So this toy line was absolutely phenomenal. So to see what comes from Mondo, particularly when they've done the 1/6 scale that Peter's been collecting, that I've worshipped from afar for many years now. I want to see what they do with this line, bringing it down to the smaller scale, and I'm all in.
Nice. I like that. I do like that. Just interesting, just whilst we're talking Mondo in terms of their He-Man line, they've done something interesting recently, which I haven't put a picture up of actually, but they've released a figure of Scareglow. It's an amazing looking figure. I'll not be buying it because I don't have a big connection with Scareglow, if I'm honest. But what they've been allowed to do is produce their own addition to the character. So he's got his I think it's Scaremare, which is like a demonic horse thing which glows in the dark, which is a completely new character that Mondo have created and developed for themselves, which I think is very interesting. I've not heard of them do that before. And he's asking an interesting question. Real talk, favourite He-Man character? Well, now, me and Luke have done a few shows on that. We'll need to do a few more. So go check them out. But I'm going to start off with Roboto, who's my favourite. I know who Luke's going to say. But Luke, who's your favourite?
So he is a character. He's not just a steed. It's Battle Cat or Cringer. I just love that character.
Yeah. Sorrel?
Well, is the baddest villain of all. So yeah, you can't beat the original baddie, can you? Come on.
Yeah. Good old Skelly. Yeah.
Good old Skelly.
And Simon's gonna say Lion or something, isn't he?
I know. No. I do like She-Ra though. I think She-Ra's pretty cool.
Of course you do, you dirty boy. But so is that what you're going with? You're going with She-Ra?
Yeah.
Yeah, She-Ra it is. Good stuff. Fuzzy Sink. Fuzzy Sink Hasbro. Oh, that was a good Kermit. I like that one. Hasbro and Mattel did that deal earlier in the year for Barbie, Hot Wheels, etc. Yeah, I didn't see much come out of that. I can't remember seeing much.
It was for
I remember the
game
announcement
lines only, wasn't it? It was sorry, mate. It was game lines only. So it was like Monopoly and Cluedo, and then for Mattel it was their Uno cards and things like that. They did like a gaming crossover.
Right. Good old Ram Man. Yeah, I do like Ram Man. I've got a couple of versions of him. Man at Arms. Good old Duncan. Yeah. Oh, we've got Efren. Nice to see you, Efren. I hope you're well. Sorry I'm late. Peter was making me prep for our Wednesday show. Yeah, I hope you finished. Mate. So yeah, good stuff. Good question there, Andy. But yeah, me and Luke have done a few videos on our favourite He-Man heroes and villains, but we're due to do another one, I would have said. So we'll look at doing some more.
There's so much that we can discuss. A lot of content.
Oh, these look interesting. Sorrel, what are these?
So this dropped literally today. Toy Collector Magazine got the exclusive drop on this one. This is the wave 4 of the Ben Cooper figures from NECA. And so far, they've given us all the traditional sort of Ben Cooper style masks from the 1970s. But then they sort of branched out from that and gave us at Comic-Con. We saw they gave us a bunch of new ones about like Beetlejuice and stuff like that. Well, this is the next wave, including newer characters like Krampus and Sam and Thanksgiving and Nosferatu. So it's cool that they're expanding the line.
I like all of them. The only one that I don't think is immediately jump out recognizable for me is the Nosferatu. I don't know why. It's the green. It just makes it look a bit weird.
It does make it look a bit odd.
Yeah,
I love
but
the
the rest
way you
of them.
pronounce Nosferatu.
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 Does it do it for you? I'll do it again.
It does. It really does.
Nosferatu.
Here he is.
Beautiful.
Hello, James.
Hello.
Thank God you're here. Thank God you're here.
It really is a shambles without me, Peter. I'm not going to lie.
Let's start again. Yeah. Do you hear that, Simon? Prep for a show, guys. Before we move on, we've had this question before, I'm sure, but I'm going to repeat it because it's always a good one. Fuzzy, real talk, favorite pie. Andy has gone straight in with a mince. That's a bit boring and samey, isn't it? Mince. I'll start off. Mint and lamb, like a mint and lamb pie with a puff pastry lid. It's got to have a puff pastry lid.
It
It's a
has
good
to be puff
pie.
pastry. Of
Yeah,
course.
yeah. Luke, we'll start with you. Favorite pie.
I'm not really a fan of pies. Sorry, guys.
Of course you're not. How are you, man? You've got to like a pie. It hasn't got to be a savoury pie. It could be a sweet pie,
Sweet.
key lime pie, or an apple pie, or a
Rhubarb and custard.
rhubarb. What, Simon?
Rhubarb and custard.
Rhubarb. I thought we said rhubarb. Rhubarb and pie. Yeah, macaroni pie.
Is that a thing?
No idea.
No.
It's going on the board anyway. Fuzzy likes it.
Yeah,
We'll add it
So
to the
I'm-
Fuzzy board.
Luke, you're stolen. You're stolen. I need a pie. I can't move on until I've had a pie.
Too many jokes.
Just pick a friggin' pie. You're being held to it.
Well, you're the one that said that you're not going to move on. So why would I rush you?
Apple pie, hands down. Is that a thing? Yeah, I don't know. Steak and gravy. It's a nice pie. That's a good pie. No pie?
Jesus.
James, Howie, fuck's sake. Guinness pie. How? What kind of pie?
Cream pie.
You dirty bastard. You dirty bastard.
No, I love peppered steak, like steak and pepper sauce, kind of beef pepper sauce one. Yeah, like steak bake you get in fucking Greg's. Like that, but a pie in a pie. I make one at home. It's really good. Or creamy chicken I like as well. Chicken and hash.
Creamy chicken. Thorol, how about yourself? Hang on. Rabbit and mushroom?
I mean, chicken and mushrooms. Have you ever had rabbit?
Once. My wife once cooked it at a work thing, and then she came back, she tried to make us eat it. And I said, what is it? And then we lifted the pastry lid, and it was literally the carcass of a rabbit inside, like the bone structure. Fuck's sake. Honestly, nightmares. And also, and then I couldn't watch, what do you call it, Watership Down anymore. Sorry, Sorrel, what was your pie?
Apple pie.
Apple pie. See, nice. See how easy it is, look. Apple pie. Simon?
Lemon, lemon meringue pie.
Oh, I do like it good.
I do like a
So I
lemon meringue
actually hate
I like it, yeah.
meringue outside of lemon meringue pie.
I like a
that's
key lime pie as well, mate.
Yeah.
I do
Never
like
had
a
it.
key lime pie. Yeah.
good. Chicken curry pie is nice as well.
Chicken curry pie. Luke, Niera, cringer pie? What are you?
No, I don't like pies.
Doesn't like pie. Doesn't like pie. Fuzzy says you are a lemon, Simon. Right, let's end. Fuck me. Let's end this. Last figure of the night to talk about, because I don't understand what this is all about. This is Hot Toys. This is an exclusive. This is the Joker, the Batman imposter version. I don't get this. I don't.
So, well, there was like a Suicide Squad when that movie rolled around. There was like a Jared Leto Joker in a Batman suit thing. So they're doing the Dark Knight version of that. So I don't know why everybody's mad.
Well, not mad. I'm not mad. I just don't get it.
I've seen people are angry about this. There's they'll just be using, but it's just another figure option. Like I think it's kind of a cool what if Heath Ledger thing, you know?
Yeah. Not for me. Not for me. It is interesting. I'll give you that. It certainly stands out on your shelf. Anybody else interested in in this one?
If somebody done this as a kit bash for a photograph for like Instagram or Facebook or something, I'd go, oh yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
But as something that didn't happen in the movie that this actor was part of, it's
I mean,
It
I
seems
think it's
pointless.
about 300 to 350 quid. This as well.
That's because the rooted hair one is
Yeah.
the premium line.
Yeah.
I like the idea. I think it'd be cool to see a Jack Nicholson in the Michael Keaton suit. Like that'd be a figure people would probably be happy to see, or maybe a
don't
Cesar
know.
Romero.
It feels very cash grabby.
It just feels odd.
I mean, it
feel
is
like
literally
McFarlane
repainting
will
a
end up
suit
making
they've
these at some
done
point.
with a head sculpt they've done. So like, yeah, I mean, it is pretty basic. But like, I'm not offended. Some people are offended. It's like it's a cool option.
As he says, it looked like the let the work experience guy who's with the laptop. Absolutely. And Andy can't get over that you don't like pie. I'm not sure if I can handle Luke not liking pie. If I was subscribed to his channel, why I oughta. Why I oughta. Why I oughta. Highland G, the belt is way too clean and shiny compared to the rest. I agree. And I also agree with you, Highland G. It does remind us of that scene with the Robin costume in the background with the ha-ha written on it. For me, this feels like we've paid for the Heath Ledger sculpt. Let's stick it on a few bodies and might as well get use of it.
Like
You know,
the Jared Leto one is actually cowled. Like it's the cowl and everything with the teeth, and also like there's no option for that here. So maybe you could argue that's they just didn't bother doing that.
Okay. Fuzzy favorite tree? No, Fuzzy. No, birch. Oak. Oh, well, Luke's got a favorite. Not got a pie, but he's got a tree. Simon, is this yours? Oh,
It is.
Jitsu. Is that
It is
Street Fighter?
indeed. Yeah, that's Street Fighter. So first of all, on the left is Ganondorf from Zelda, which looks a really nice figure from Good Smile Company. It is a bit pricey though, so it's £120. So, but it does look, it does look a really nice figure.
What scale is it?
So it's slightly under. I think they're about 5 inches.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
they're just slightly smaller than your NECAs or whatever.
Mm.
Marvel Legends.
So, Good Smile Company. And then on the right, we have Jada Toys announcement from San Diego Comic Con. So they announced the whole line of Street Fighter with some extra figures. So we've got Akuma there and some exclusive special different colored figures of Chun-Li and the other Street Fighter characters. I can't remember all the names.
Name two. Simon, come on, give it a go.
Blanca, Dalim, Zangief.
He's got you there, Keegas. He's got you there.
Well,
Bison.
why did he
Is
not-
Bison one?
Yeah, the Bison
Bison
one.
is
Yeah.
there. Yeah. Why
Yeah,
didn't he bother trying then?
Because it goes out
Guile?
my head
Is
sometimes.
Guile?
Yeah.
You've got some of these, Sorrel, haven't you? Are these ones you've
Yeah.
been getting?
Yeah, I've been
Yeah.
getting these. I love these. They're awesome.
Mhm.
I can't wait to get my hands on the Zangief. That's what I'm just waiting for Zangief.
Yeah.
I really like. I know it's like probably just for the display here, but like that background and stuff. I think they're missing a trick not doing play sets and stuff like to mimic the fighting arenas in the games.
I would just put a
That'd be
car
really
in the middle.
Mm.
Yeah.
Well,
Oh
there's,
yeah,
there's
you
no
have Ken,
cars.
yeah.
Yeah.
That'd be cool. Yeah.
So then at the bottom, you've got my favorite anime show, which is Cyberpunk, and they've announced 2 more figures with the Cyberpunk line, which is really cool. So you've got David in the middle and Lucy, and then the other 2 figures that have released. So it looks amazing. So yeah,
Never
can't
even
wait.
heard of that, I don't think.
Cyberpunk
Cyberpunk.
2077. It's like a video
Yeah.
game with Kenny Reeves in it.
Cyberpunk.
Oh,
Edge
yeah, I've
Runners.
seen that.
Yeah,
I've
it's
heard
just
of the
anime.
game. Ah,
It's a Cyberpunk Blade. What's it called?
Edge
Runners?
Runners.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's on
Very
Netflix.
cool. Efren's confirming we are going to eat pie at Thought Bubble. Absolutely. More pie than you can handle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're gonna have a pastry overload.
Pastry overload. Right, chaps. We went off rails slightly tonight, but that is the end of the show. Thank you so much to everybody that's been watching. We've had 20 people at one point watching, so thank you. It's a while since we've had that high number on this show, so thank you for that. Remember Simon's anime shows? More of them, please. Yep. Just a few things coming up over on my channel, over on Triple G Comics. I've got a few videos out at the moment. Basically, what I'm realizing is if you put anything related to comic books out, you don't get views. If you put drama out and people getting upset, you seem to get lots of views. But never mind, I'm sticking with what I know. So we've got a Stellar Lands 2 review. This is a indie book which is over on Kickstarter at the moment. So please do check that book out and give it a bit of a support it if you can. It's a great little read if you like sci-fi. tomorrow night, tonight, potentially, don't know when, but we've got a video going live, which is the 1/6 scale. I can't remember his name. Is it Khonshu?
Yeah.
Khonshu figure, which is friggin' amazing. I wasn't expecting to quite like this as much, and I certainly wasn't anticipating it being twice the size of a 1/6 scale figure. It's huge. I've had to shift my entire collection around to fit them in the cabinet. I've got a stunning. Well, sorry, I should say, as of Friday, I'm off for a fortnight. I'm on holiday, so there'll be a load of videos coming out. But I've got a few coming that will be my childhood Secret Wars key, which is a very, very cool book that I've managed to pick up. And I went to a collector's centre in Manchester and walked into a pawn shop, which it was very strange. 1 minute I was looking at superhero comics, and then I turned.
Accidentally.
No, I did.
of
It's in the
course,
same
yeah.
shop. Same shop. I'm looking at bloody superhero comics, wandering around looking at it, turned to my right, and there's a bloody dildo. I was like, what the fuck? And then looked around, and it's porn everywhere. So that was
I'd be
interesting.
worried about the pages sticking together. Pete.
Exactly, Luke. Yeah. So yeah, it was interesting. Also, Wednesday night at 8 o'clock UK time, I will be going live with Efren, where we're going to be doing our usual look at comics coming out in August, I think it is. So please do make sure you check that out. Phil's saying, I've been at Emma Exchange many a time, you dirty, dirty boy. And that's happened to Russell 8 or 9 times by complete accident. Couldn't agree more. 1 minute I'm looking at Thor, the next minute I'm looking at his hammer. Was it a graded dildo?
It was a pube in that one anyway.
Yeah, it was. Yeah. Anyway, so that's what's happening over on Triple G Comics. Just to mention this as well, we've finished season 2 of This Is Mine now. I'm giving it a rest over the summer, over August. Coming back in September, we've already got Gem Mint, Comic Tom, Fire Guy Ryan, Sunhill Comics, and a whole host of other people lined up to take part. Changing the questions, so we're going to miss things around a little bit and shift some of the questions around. So if anybody's interested in jumping on, please do drop us a line, and we will get you lined up to take part in the show. James, One Good Scare. What have we got happening over on One Good Scare show?
So I'm not going to bullshit anybody. The schedule's been a bit all over the place lately. But I am.
I got grief. I got grief on Friday from some people messaging to say, why aren't you live? And I said, I don't know. So
We weren't scheduled to go live. I was supposed to have Alien done.
I hadn't
but I
been
don't
live for 3 weeks or something. So people
know,
were missing
yeah.
with the messages. People were missing with
Well,
James.
so you got to
which is
keep
nice.
people waiting, you know what I mean? No, we had our interview with Peter Atkins go up on Tuesday, so that was kind of the sub for that. But we are recording, you're going away on Friday, so we're pre-recording on Thursday an episode that will go out live on Friday. I'll have the Alien, I'll be right back at some point then. And I think I'm seeing Trap tomorrow, because I'm going to do a secret screening. I'm pretty sure it's going to be Trap, so I might talk about it a bit on that and have a standalone video on that. And we're going to have like a you're away, so I don't know if I'll do kind of like my old style videos for reviews while you're gone, or maybe I'll get somebody to sub in, but we'll have an Alien on this review at some point as well. And I'll probably mine some of the live shows for like the topics and do something with them. So we'll still have stuff, even though you're
Traps.
abandoning me. You know, I just
Trap's
don't
not
care as
getting
much.
good reviews.
Fucking does any Shyamalan
the
movie
best.
though? Do you know what I mean? Like I love Old, and that got mixed reviews. So like I'm not really that fussed.
I think the thing that's, just spoiler slightly, but I think the thing that's not wound us up, but bothered us about it is, I assumed, because it's a Shyamalama Ding Dong movie, that we would get some kind of additional twist in it, and apparently that's not the case. It
I'm
literally
annoyed
is
you
just
told me that. Well, I don't know. I'm
Yeah.
sort of relieved now because I don't have to go expecting it.
Yeah.
I've heard there is like twists and turns, but not like Shyamalan.
I was sure his
Chinese
daughter
genre.
was going to be the killer. I was sure the twist was going to be that
Do you
he's
know for a fact that that's
he's
not the
protecting
case?
his daughter. Well, I'm not going to say that, but
Okay.
I've
Well,
been-
that's you
yeah.
suggested it though. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, we'll still have stuff over the next couple of weeks. So there might be a couple of solo videos. We'll see. Anyway.
Okie dokie. Luke, what's happening on Hydra Collectibles?
Once again, absolutely nothing at the moment, but something will be coming soon. So I've been doing a lot of videos in the background, just not actually got them scheduled. So I'm in the editing process. I've already filmed loads of them. They will be coming. So I'm kind of gonna launch a little soft reboot with the channel and get everything scheduled up and get it all pushed out probably by the end of August, beginning of September. So it is coming. Please be patient with me. I love making videos, so yeah, it's coming soon.
Good stuff. Good stuff. Look forward to that. Doral, what's happening over in your end of the woods?
So for me, I'm going to the Jurassic Park exhibition tomorrow in Manchester, so I'm looking forward to getting a video up on that on Wednesday probably. Other than that, I go live every single Sunday with Jacob's Toys, another fellow YouTuber, Ruplex Toys, and we talk geeky and movies and all that good stuff every Sunday night at 9:30 p.m. on my channel.
Superb, superb. It's always a great show, that, so please do make sure you go check out that show on a Sunday night. Simon, when are you back from prison or wherever it is you're at?
I've got one more week here, so and then I should be free. So
not a hint of irony, you know what I mean? Just yeah. So you're released in a week and then you're back home. Do you have to wear a tag? Or?
Do they just like
No.
drop you at the side of the road and let you wander?
No.
Like
I have to
abandoning a
drive.
dog? It's like-
I drove here and I have to drive home. So.
Okay, right.
His brother's coming to pick him up in an ex-police car.
How many times did you fail your tests? Your driving
Oh,
test?
what kind of a question, Sash? You can't ask that question. Terrible. Anything happening on your channel or anything, Simon?
I'll think since the people want it, I will provide.
The people do want it. The people I want it, Simon. I want it.
Yeah, you
So
want it.
yes, the people. Fuzzy wants it. You know.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Okay, I'll
Okay.
provide.
Good stuff. Good stuff. Okay, ladies and gents, let's call it a night. That's your whack. Thank you very much for watching, everybody. Really do appreciate everybody's time, and we'll catch you next time. Take care. Bye.
Bye.